What's up, Josiah? You had a good last hour, man. You getting all kinds of stuff coming your way.
Yeah, no, I love this community, man. Everyone's like, yeah, I'll buy you tickets, I'll get you there. I've never I How long has this been going on? Is this the second time the Junk Expo has happened, or the third
So
time?
this is the second time for
Okay,
Sonoma Strong throwing it. I know there was been
okay.
a couple before that. I think they had a couple in Carolina and all that, but this is the big one. This is the one that everybody in the country is going. I mean, over the world now. I think we got people coming from the Philippines and everywhere.
Brazil.
So it's going to
Yeah,
be a good one, man. You're going to love it. It's a 2-day event. They got 12 speakers. I mean, it's just I got to go to the first one, bro, and I didn't even start my business yet. The
Mhm.
education and stuff I learned, oh my God, it was amazing, bro. I was literally able a month later to go apply everything from the beginning. So you're at that beginning stage. This is a perfect time for you to get in now.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
let's talk LSA now. You had some questions over here for Russ.
Yeah, so I was curious if you guys have had any experience, because I run LSA and it works relatively okay for me. The lead cost is extremely high, but that just kind of comes with LSA. LSA is expensive as shit. I mean, that's just known. Everyone knows that. No one does LSA. It's too expensive. For me personally, I'm 16, so even if I was kind of breaking even and just stacking up Google reviews and getting that repeat referral client stuff and getting clients into the CRM, like I'd still be winning. It doesn't matter. So like to a certain extent, I'm willing to pay a lot for a lead if I can get a good customer and get them on the team for life. So I was just curious what experience you guys have had with LSA.
so here's what I'll tell you. It really depends on the categories that you pick. So when I did LSA, most of the people that are going to call you are tire kickers. They're going to call you and say, "How much is it to pick up this or that?" Right?
Yeah.
If you advertise in all of them, e-waste, mattresses, appliances, furniture, all the bullshit that they have in there, you're paying. Just think of it as a pure dollar standpoint, right? Let's say that you get someone to pick up a couch off LSA for $125. 50% of your cost went to the call, just went to the call, right?
Right.
That's it. So 50% of your money went away. Now, if you're an owner operator, so your COGS are probably going to be around 30 to 40, 30% or less. So 30% of that is going to go away for the dump fees, the gas, the labor to have the person come and haul it with you, right? So you've already spent 90 out of the 120, right? By the time you pay taxes on it, you made $15. Is it really worth the hassle to go over there for that?
No.
Not likely, right? So the way that I always did LSA is I always only did it for the ones that were paying the most. So that would be construction debris, house or garage clean out, or other. I only did like 3 out of the 10
Oh,
because if
really?
I was going to spend $100 on a call, I want it to be one like construction debris, a house clean out where I can actually make back 4 to 5 times on my call, right? So that's
So,
that's the big issue with that.
dude, awesome. That's good to hear. So what?
Yeah,
So just to recap, what are like things that I should turn off?
I would turn off e-waste. I would turn off appliances, mattresses. I think there's some other like furniture. I don't really do because they're usually single couch pickups and bullshit like that.
Okay.
I really just stick to the three: other couch, or I mean, other house, garage clean out, and construction debris. The rest I don't even bother with.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Now,
about
just so
that. That's some gold right there. Yeah, that's smart.
And
now, just so
And
you,
Josiah, check the Google, see where you're coming up, because where I found a problem was I was coming up under free recycling. So people are
Oh,
calling me through the leads asking me if I'm a place for free recycling, if I will come and pick up their mattress for free. And
I
I couldn't
know.
understand why.
That's
And then
why.
I told one of my friends, and he's like, bro, I type in your shit, it comes up as free recycling. So they start putting you in all different categories just to get those phones ringing. So you really got to be careful at what you're accepting, and you got to make sure when you get that email, make sure that they didn't bill you for a lead that was no good, because if they did, then you got to go and
they get
say
the
there's a
credit.
problem with it. Yeah.
So now I think it's like some AI that listens to the phone call recording and then
Yep.
just judges if it was a quality lead or not, and then it just does it on its own.
But it's
Um,
not always right, bro, and
So
they're always
yeah.
trying to bill you.
yeah, so there is a big secret that, and it's because this is on YouTube and it's run by Google. Google's not going to want me to tell you this, and I don't know if I want to tell this publicly because if Google does hear this through AI, I don't need them coming back and saying, "Oh, hey, you found a way around the fucking system."
The Google
Okay, and
police
then
are
just
coming,
saying
bro.
you can't do Google ads, you can't do all this. Um, I'm gonna try to figure out how I can word this the right way.
Oh no.
So the way that they know that you talk to a customer is if you answer the phone. Okay,
Mhm.
so if I call you on Google LSA and I don't get a hold of you, immediately what happens is when you miss a phone call, your phone goes ding ding, and the ding ding is a text message telling you that you missed a Google LSA call and to call them back immediately.
Mhm.
And then the other ding is an email notification that tells you, "Hey, you just missed a Google call them back immediately." Right?
Right.
So the way that Google knows that you called them back, and I'm just going to say this, read between the lines, okay? Just read between the lines what I'm telling you. If if I call you from my phone number and you call me back from your phone number, they know that we had a conversation.
But if
Right.
it's another
Charge.
phone number, I got it. I was thinking that when
So,
yeah.
But
so
there's also another thing, like when you miss calls, you get lower in ranking with LSA because you're not a reliable company that answers phone calls, right? I mean, have you taken that into consideration, or is that not
no,
really relevant?
I don't care because here's the thing. Where I am, and I'm just going to be honest with you, where I am, all the people that are where I am right now are all independents like you. They're all smaller companies that are paying heavily for leads, right?
Mhm.
Me, Got Junk, Junk King are the top three here. It's really just me and Got Junk, and Got Junk is in a lot of trouble right now here.
Right.
And there's a real easy way to figure that out too, but I can tell you that on another time. But basically, the call nobody once somebody comes off, somebody else is going to fill in the spot, right? So Got Junk doesn't even do it here. Junk King, I don't do LSA. It's all the smaller guys who have to get leads because our SEO and our organic rankings are all in the top three. So they're not even going to be able to get up there anytime soon. So they have no choice but to buy those leads at
They're
very
just
high costs.
ripping off the little guys, pretty much.
Right, and Google's not going to care because they're in it to make money for investors.
Uh-huh.
So you can go down to say a 20% call action, and they might send you a hey you should really answer the calls, and all they're telling you is you need to answer these calls so we can make more money. That's
Right.
all they're telling you. And if you don't answer these calls, we're going to scare you by kicking you off, and you're not going to be able to get these calls. Well,
Exactly. Just like with
and
all the recommendations within
don't
Google,
ever do any of those recommendations
it's
ever.
usually
Any of the
all
Google
just to
ads, none of
spend
them.
more money. Spend more
None of
money.
them.
They just want money.
Correct.
So you're just saying just the LSA. Don't mess
Just
with that. Don't mess with the other bullshit. Try to go for the construction, the bigger ones that going to lead you to a
Higher
bigger
ticket. Yeah.
payday.
Dude,
yeah.
if
Now
LSA had
I got to
demolition,
clarify this,
that'd be
Russ.
awesome.
Russ,
Yeah.
I got to clarify this. Is LSA exactly Google guaranteed or are they
Yes.
It's the
different?
same thing. Yeah.
Same thing, just different
Okay,
names. So
so the thing that I got to tell you then, well, with Google Guarantee, then it's only like a couple of topics you could pick. So I think it was
there's 10.
general. Yeah, but out of the
General
10, there was only
debris.
Here,
one
I'm
of
gonna
them that
look.
you want to pick because all the others start bringing you all the BS. I think
Where'd
it
this
was
Right.
the
kid go?
general.
Where'd
It
this
was
kid go? There you
All right.
go.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look at what it was here. One
So
second.
I don't have my LSA account in front of me, but have Josiah look it up. But there's 10 of them. And most of them are bullshit. Like most of them are like recycling. Most of them are going to be donations or just shit that you're not going to do. You don't want to get into TVs because if you get into e-waste and someone spends $60 to call you and ask you how much to pick up a TV and you tell them $100, you just wasted $60 because no one's
You're
gonna fucking
done.
pay that.
All right.
You're
So
done.
Russ. All right, we're going through it. So we got appliance removal. No, right?
No.
it's just the
Uh,
general I picked.
furniture
Think of your
removal.
average job size, right? So if they had hot tubs on there, you would be hot tubs because you're spending $60 to get an
Right.
$600-700 job.
Right.
If you're going to pick up an appliance, a washer and a dryer is going to be $140-150. You're spending half of
Furniture.
that to get the call.
Well,
So
furniture.
yeah,
Furniture could
furniture,
be half a
same thing.
load.
Yeah. And furniture is the same thing, but you can get in furniture is really easy. Just go and drop off cards over at any furniture store and just walk in there because you're the answer to all their prayers.
Well,
Because
we
the
got
biggest
somebody
problem they
coming up
have,
for that. We got somebody coming up for that. That's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
talk about that.
Dan
Those
probably
goodies.
knows. Dan's
Yeah,
Holloway.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
very good.
Gonna...
Yeah, I don't want to shit on him, but yeah, no, Dan's very good at what he does.
yeah.
I watched Dan for the first time on your show, and I sent him a message. I was like, you did really good. Like me and him are very similar.
Nice. He has an excellent voice. He has a good
Yeah, yeah.
voice. Tell you
And then
gotta
that.
like
say,
hazardous waste removal.
No,
No.
that's
No.
paint. Who the fuck's gonna call you up for $150 to recruit 3 gallons of paint?
Right, and
No,
then
Yeah.
yard waste. Don't worry
no.
about that.
No.
Okay, so
So
it's literally the
So
three. Well, construction waste removal, general junk removal, house/garage clean out, and then other. Does that
yeah,
sound good?
other I do only because other can be hot tubs, sheds, stuff, other play sets, other things,
Right.
estates, evictions, things like that. The other thing too is that you don't when you they don't have a hoarding thing in there, but when you guys are doing Google ads, just know that hoarding, any type of hoarding keyword, is the highest cost per click you can get
of
Right.
course,
in junk
big
removal.
big money,
Because
Now,
big
Russ,
money.
yeah,
is it worth doing this end of the day?
Right.
market specific. And I was going to tell you a story to remind you of what happened to me in Florida. There's some dirty shit that people do, especially in Florida, but there's a lot of dirty shit that people do on Google LSA.
Mhm.
They'll call you, they'll answer, they burn your budget, you get fucked up. So I don't do Google guaranteed here or in Florida. I don't have to. I tried, but to me the cost just doesn't outweigh it. There's too many tire kickers, and you're going to answer too many phone calls for Mary who just wants to know how much it is to pick up a couch. And when you tell her $129, oh fuck, I put it out the road for $25. You're 80 years old. Go for it. Fuck. If you can do it, lug that fucker out there. Go for it, right? But so I don't do Google LSA anymore. But being out, being new, and you not having, any SEO, any organic ways, you don't probably have many reviews. You probably don't have much on Yelp or Nextdoor or anything like that. You probably don't have very many Facebook followers on your page, either likes or followers. So you have no choice but to pay to get as many leads as you can coming in, right?
I do
And
have
So
I want to say
105-star
this.
reviews though,
I
so
want
I
to
can.
say this. I want to say this, Josiah, because I've just did this. I just started, and that's kind of was my lifeline the first 2 months, was to keep me busy, and it was keeping me like 1 or 2 jobs a day and everything.
Uh-huh.
And just like you said, bro, what it was doing was building my SMS blast. I'm getting all these clients in there. I'm not really making much money. Sometimes I'm only breaking even, but I'm getting more customers. But what I did find from that, man, is I got my regulars now, and I send out that blast, bro. I'm getting repeat customers pretty
Exactly.
regular. They're keeping me busy now.
And
So maybe a couple of months of doing it definitely work, but keep an eye out, because just like Russ said, I just got attacked out here, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They were straight up attacking my Google guarantee, man.
I
I'm
got
gonna
a fucking call today, and someone was like, "Are you a law firm?" And I'm like, "No," and it was LSA, and I just know that's just, I don't know. To a certain point, they're gonna bring shitty leads. But one last thing, I couldn't remember, was furniture removal on or not on?
That's up to you. I don't do furniture removal because a lot of people are just calling for couches and love seats, and you're not going to make $400 on a furniture removal. That just
Yeah.
isn't going to happen.
You're right.
I wouldn't do furniture removal. And really, then what's going to happen? You're going to get a sleeper sofa for $149 and spend $75 to have them ask you can pick it up. You know what I mean? So
Right.
just on a dollar versus coming out, I don't advertise for a lot of the small dollar stuff. So like if you ever see like any flyers for me or anything like that, the very last line is mattress, appliance, furniture pickup. It's always hoarding, eviction, tenant cleanouts, hot tubs, shed
ticket.
removal, all the high dollar stuff in the beginning, because the common sense is holy shit, if they can pick up if they can pick up a hoarding house, I'm pretty sure they can pick up a couch. You know what I mean? So it's always the last bottom of the barrel shit. I don't ever advertise for low dollar jobs. It doesn't make any sense to. I don't.
Dude, I freaking love high ticket, like demo stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's awesome.